Hey y'all, Team Beachbody, it's Yolanda. I'm gonna give this a second because I'm super excited. I am legitimately sweating right now, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm sweating and how maybe you should sweat before you invite or you go do anything scary. So hopefully I'm in the right group. Can you guys give me some love as you're coming on here? I am so freaking excited and legitimately I'll probably have a pit stain by the time that we're done this. So I'm gonna give you guys a minute to jump in. Let me know how your Fridays are going. I can't see any comments, so hopefully you guys can hear me. Hey Robbie. And I don't know, I will get super distracted. Hey Michelle, my test group friend. So you guys, happy freaking Friday to you. And I wanna start off with this because it's I'm speaking in the Beachbody Champions page, and I want you to put yourself right here, right now. What would it feel like if somebody from Beachbody Corporate came over and was like, hey, will you speak in the Champions page? Would you be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I don't feel qualified. Who am I to come over here where there's all these super successful coaches? I don't feel like I'm far enough in my business. All these self-limiting beliefs that probably will flash through your mind, right? Because guess what? That is exactly what happened to me. I think it was on Monday that Sydney just reached out and she was like, hey, will you speak in the Champions page? And here's the thing. I want you guys to drop me below if you were at Coach Summit. And if you weren't there, maybe you couldn't make it this time, maybe you're a brand new coach, you need to make sure that you're there next year. But the reality is, what I reminded myself was, wait a minute. The whole theme of Coach Summit was you belong here, right? You belong here, I belong here, we all belong here, guys. And I think that the beauty of coming off a Coach Summit, maybe it was your first time, maybe it was your fourth Coach Summit. This is such an incredible community, guys. This is a family. Where else can you go and sit in an airport and just happen to see somebody else in yoga pants and you know that you're on your way to a huge convention that you can kind of strum up a conversation, and even though you're so tired, you've been up since 3 a.m., packing to the last minute, that you can connect with people. You guys, that is so stinking special, and this is the gift of Team Beachbody. So maybe you need to be energized today. Maybe you still are trying to figure it all out. We're gonna get into this. My goal with you is to help you build an unshakable mindset when it comes to inviting, and for you to be able to share this experience and this opportunity with people that literally are right in your backyard. So for those of you guys, I'm probably nobody actually knows me except for a few of my friends that are in here. I'm Yolanda. I am an ICU nurse by trade, although I accidentally left my profession as a nurse. I was actually featured on a Super Weekend. Hello, another huge surreal thing that I'm hey, I'm just little old me over here being crazy, right? You guys, this freaking opportunity within Team Beachbody allows you to be unapologetically you. And guess what? There can only ever be one you. And I want you to trust and know that you are enough. So I was featured on the Super Weekend video. I'm a burned out ICU nurse. I have been presented the opportunity to become a Beachbody coach for 4 years. And for 4 years, I said no. I didn't understand it. It really wasn't presented to me in a way that made sense. And frankly, guys, it just wasn't my time. And I had an unfortunate experience happen to me as a bedside nurse. I was exposed to HIV and hepatitis C, taking care of a patient that was in full-blown AIDS, legitimately dying from AIDS, guys. And you talk about your whole life flashing in front of you. I was 31 at the time. I was drinking too much. I am 306 days alcohol-free by choice today. Just started as something that I kept going, right? But it was in that moment that I saw my life flash before me, and it wasn't oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a Beachbody coach, it was just like, whoa, like life is short. What might happen to me? And what might happen to me if I don't change? And there was a stranger that had reached out to me on Instagram, guys. It is the invite that pulls people into this opportunity. It is you planting a seed that pulls people in and kind of starts them watching us and what we're doing, right? So I remember like that happening, and it wasn't in that moment where I was like, oh yes, I'm gonna be a Beachbody coach. It was in that moment again. It was like, life is so freaking short. What do I have to lose? Let me just sign up. Because at the time I was working 4 night shifts, and I just thought, what if I could just replace that 4th shift? This might be worth it, right? And I signed up my first month as a Beachbody coach. I hit like Success Club 18. I went diamond really fast, and like it just kind of went from there. And I will tell you guys, I accidentally quit nursing. I sat in a bathroom one day. I had been a coach for about 8 months, and I was just crying in a bathroom. And it was the first time in my entire career, in 4.5 years, that I was like, I don't even care what happens for the rest of this shift. You guys, as a nurse, as somebody in healthcare, as somebody that literally has people's lives in your hands, you cannot have that kind of mentality. Even as coaches, we have to care what's going on with our customers, our clients, like the people that we meet through our social media, right? Because they're not Success Club numbers, they're people. They're lives that we have the ability to freaking change, right? And so it was that day that I went in the bathroom. I remember texting my now fiance at the time and my mom. I snapped a picture of myself for whatever reason, and I just said, I can't do this anymore. And at the time, Beachbody was making me enough money to pay my bills, and I paid all my bills for November of 2016, and that was it. And it never was like this like firm decision of, I'm never gonna be a nurse anymore. It kind of was just this decision like, I like being home. I like being Ralphie's mom full time. That's my little boss, my little 4-legged boss. So again, that's kind of like my backstory. Like, I'm like, how am I here? And this is the reality and the reminder that you are enough and you are exactly where you're supposed to be and you belong here. And so what I want to talk to you today about is that's kind of our job. You know, Beachbody's mission is to help people achieve their goals and live healthy, fulfilling lives, right? But we as coaches, like, what do you bring to the table to somebody that might join your team, that might follow you, right? That when you get out here on your social media, guys, as a nurse, I couldn't be myself. I couldn't like drop the F-bomb as I wanted to. You guys, this is like me having like, I got ready for you guys. I usually don't get dressed. Like my hair is usually all over the place, right? I'm just me, right? And with being a Beachbody coach, with using our social media, you guys, our job is to show up and to let other people know that they belong here too. No matter where they've been, no matter where they're going, that they belong here too, all right? So this weekend, you guys, if you weren't at Summit, get there next year, like go sign up, get your ticket, like it's an amazing price right now, and put the skin in the game. But let's talk about locally, right? That we have these opportunities for you to plug into Team Beachbody locally. I think that gets really easy to kind of just like get wrapped up in like the social media aspect of it, and you forget, I got a neighbor that's really fit. Maybe he should be a Beachbody coach, or maybe he just needs a clean pre-workout, right? Or maybe there's amazing people in your challenge group and all these things that they're right here. And I think when we can connect with people on a different level that gets beyond social media, this is where you'll find your lifers, guys. This is where you're gonna find people, the people that like maybe were strangers to me on social media, the ones that really have the skin in the game, the ones that are like my lifers, they're never gonna go anywhere. They're always the people that I've connected with outside of a direct message somehow or another, okay? Maybe video, maybe in real life. So this weekend, do yourself the favor, okay? I wanna challenge you guys. Make it your non-negotiable that next weekend, when you sit at Super Weekend, you're gonna have 2 people with you. Now, maybe you're a brand new coach and you're like, oh my God, I don't have anybody on my team. Guess what? You're gonna call up your mom, you're gonna call up your sister, you're gonna call up your favorite work bestie or whatever that is, and you're gonna say, girl or guy, I'm going to this thing, like come with me, it's gonna be fun, I just want you to check it out, like come keep me company, like no big deal, right? And they're gonna learn about this amazing opportunity within Team Beachbody. And you guys, this is such a game changer if you're kind of like maybe you sit on the fence, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm scared to invite to coaching. You guys, Beachbody's gonna do that work for us, okay? They're gonna have a video, you're gonna have other coaches' stories, legit, you just need to like get the body there. That's it. So maybe it's that you give them an incentive, you meet them for coffee, you're going to meet them afterwards, you're going to sit down and have lunch together, right? That this is the opportunity for you to like be a real person and just not live on social media. So I'm going to give you some tips, and then I want to give you 10 spots or places where you're gonna find these people, because I know you're like, okay, Yolanda, this sounds amazing. I'm getting excited because I know you can feel this crazy wild energy. You guys, I'm not even on energized. Oh, this is what I want to tell you. So right before I got on this call, I don't know if anybody's like a Tony Robbins fan, I went down to my garage and I got on my mini trampoline and I started jumping and giving myself positive affirmations, okay? And legitimately, this is on my Instagram stories right now, so like craziness, right? But when you like get yourself into like a shift, people are gonna feel that energy. So I'm gonna have all this high energy right now. You better guarantee that when I get off of this, I'm gonna go on Instagram. I'm gonna be inviting all my friends to this because they're gonna feel this different energy. So you have the power to shift your state, your confidence, like your whole energy by moving your body, okay? So maybe after you work out, when your endorphins are flowing is when you should invite, okay? Even if you're having a bad day, I challenge you, go jump up and down, put on some music, like it will get you moving, right? So, my tips, I got 3 tips to help you invite, and that was one, but that's not what I'm counting. So change your state, right? Change your language. Like, let people know, oh my gosh, I have an amazing gift, right? When you show up that you have this amazing gift, people are going to feel that. And even if they say no, you're going to be like, girl, it's totally cool. You're going to watch me, right? Because that's what they do. They're going to watch, okay? So show up as you. Show up unapologetically and authentically as you. And if you're somebody and you're following a bunch of coaches, guys, we love each other. It's amazing. But I promise you, if you're only seeing other coaches on your feed, you're going to be really distracted and you are going to lose the most beautiful gift that you have to offer. And that is the power of you, that nobody can take that away from you, okay? So I want you to ask yourself this question right now. Are you showing up on your media as the coach that if you were to meet me in real life, like, so if you guys were like to meet me in real life, is what you're portraying on your media exactly what you would be giving to somebody in real life, if not tenfold? How many times has it happened that like you are like, you can't wait to meet somebody and then you meet them and you're like, oh, really? Like, I thought you were like this real cool, positive person, like, right? So it is our job to show up, be yourself, and to be that person that you would be in real life. Like, if it's not in your character to dance around in public and to go show other people that, why are you doing it on your stories? Because you're not going to attract your people if that's what you're doing, okay? So I'm high energy, right? I can always get myself into this higher vibration. I know that I'm like a little bit too much for some people, and that's okay, guys. Your job is to attract and repel, because imagine this, a team of people that are like you, a team are as passionate as you, a team of people that have as much energy to match YOU, all right? So show up as yourself. I want you to do a gut check. Are you showing up on your media as the person that somebody would meet in real life in the grocery store at HEB? Because I'm going to tell you, it's really kind of crazy, like being at Summit and people being like, oh my gosh, can I get a picture with you? And I'm like a lot of like, I don't believe any of us are special. I think we all are like uniquely ourselves. And it's just like, yeah, right? So it's like, you know, that's who you're going to meet if you meet me in real life. I cuss a lot and I'm really down to earth, okay? And I'm kind of crazy, all right? So the second tip that I want to give you, so first you're going to be yourself. Second tip, talk about your goals and your vision, all right? Y'all, I've been a coach for 3 years. Oh, I didn't tell you, I'm a 2-star diamond. My team went premier for 2019. Shout out to Team Real Raw and Free, right? You guys, you have to talk about your goals and your vision. And how do your goals and your vision correlate or relate to your ideal person, the person that you would love to do life with, guys, the person that when you go on the success trips that you can't wait to see them, right? Talk about your goals and your vision and where you're going. And I promise you, it's really easy for us to hold these kind of things in, myself included. Guys, this is like a whole personal development talk for myself. I got all these notes, right? Because I'm like gut checking myself and I'm like, man, I need to do this or I need to improve here and there, okay? You have to let people know with where you're going. And it's going to sound crazy to a lot of people, but start talking about like the things you want to teach people, how you want to help people, this long-term vision that you have, okay? Guys, I'm not a mom, but I just told you, like, hanging out with my dog all day is pretty freaking awesome. How can I relate that same experience of me just a four-legged, giving this opportunity to somebody that has two-legged children that maybe would love to be home with them all day too, right? So talk about your goals, talk about your vision. If you don't know what that is, take some time, not all day, but sit down and write it out. Write it out. When you make anything you write out real, it will start to happen. I promise you. Like, I can't even tell you guys. It's like, hey, I want Carl to know who I am. It happened. Hey, I want to hear my name on National Wake Up. It happened. Hey, I want to be in a test group. It happened. Okay? Do not be afraid to put what you want out. Okay? You have to, third tip, ask for who you want. And what you want, okay? Who and what you want. So if you want people that are lazy, you're going to attract them by not talking about how hard that this business is. You're going to not attract you will attract those people if you're just making this business look like it's all sunshine, rainbows, and fairy tales all the time, right? You guys, we're entrepreneurs. It's hard. It is lonely sometimes, right? So when we can get real, but then you also show people in this positive light how this is also a game changer, and you start talking to your person, you start like crafting those posts to your ideal person so she or he can be like, oh my gosh, me too. Or you guys, I'm gonna tell you something. I met a random person that just was following me on my Facebook the other day, and she was like, hey, I'm coming to Austin, will you come hang out with me? And I'm like, yeah, right? Like, no strings attached, but that's because you get into a groove of showing up unapologetically you, okay? So those 3 tips to get yourself in the mode of inviting. Show up as you are, talk about your goals and your vision, don't be scared of it. Say your crazy stuff, guys. I just started a podcast and I literally tell people, I'm like, yep, it's gonna have 1 million downloads, okay? It's nowhere close to that, okay? But you at least let people know with where you're going, okay? Same thing goes with your vision. Ask for who and what you want. If you want hard workers, if you want moms, if you want people that aren't moms, if you want nurses, if you want, whoever you want, guys, there are 7 billion people in the world. Go ask for them. All right. Now, where are we going to find these people? Well, I promise you that they are already right here. So take out your notes because I want you to number your paper 1 to 10, but leave some space so that you can kind of memory jog, hey, who are these people? So first and foremost, 1, do you have people in your challenge groups that are local to you? Here's the thing. Even if they're not local to you, go tell them, oh my gosh, you are such a rock star. Even if they're not a rock star, go get them plugged into the community opportunity within Beachbody. Hey, there's this local event coming up. Why don't you drop in the comments your zip code? I'll look it up for you, see where the local one is, and maybe you want to go check out Beachbody and see this community thing, right? I'm going to be going to it. Maybe you can tag a friend or bring a friend along with you, right? Give them the opportunity to see this, all right? So 1, people in your challenge group that are rock stars, or people that you just maybe they're not rocking it yet. But you know what? Our jobs as coaches is to believe in people before they believe in themselves, all right? So look at your challenge group. Go look at your discount coaches. Your discount coaches. Hey, y'all, my mom's a discount coach, but I'm always telling her, you should go to Super Weekend. She comes to every coach summit with me. Beachbody's changed her life, all right? These people that you can have an impact, these people that you can plug in, guys, when we're plugging people into the community, to the energy, guess what? It keeps them in love with what we're doing, okay? So look at your discount coaches. Number 3, the third place you can look for these people. Who do you see often and have a great relationship with? Hairdressers, maybe your kids' coaches, maybe your esthetician. You guys, my esthetician just joined. Like I always go, she does my waxes. We know each other very intimately, if you get with where I'm going with that. And she just joined my team, and she's been crushing it because she's been watching and she trusts me, right? So we have this relationship outside of it, okay? So think about the people that you see often, you have a great relationship with, and just be like, hey, like, why don't you come tag along with me? We can go get a drink, or we can go to lunch, or we can go get a juice. That's kind of how I like, this is my sexy way of inviting people, like, hey, let's go get a juice, right? That you guys can go and hang out together either before the event or after the event, all right? Number 4, on your own social media, share a fun fact about you, either via your stories or in a post. Share a fun fact about you and where you live, and just simply give it, like, let it be an engagement post and ask people where they're from, okay? You might find that people live in your same state, city, might be your next door neighbor, and you don't even realize, because we just look at this thing like, oh my God, I'm only on social media, right? No, get out there and assimilate yourself into the community. And this will also give you a great opportunity that if people are engaging, right, that means they're actually not just scrolling and double tapping, they're stopping, they're taking time to answer the question that you have for them, okay? So that's really powerful. Get out there and do that. I haven't done that yet. I'm telling you guys, this is like a list, my own to-do list that I'm gonna go do for myself too, all right? So, you know, think about like this weekend, okay? You guys, we have a week to invite to this event. So get out there. Use location tags, right? Go to your favorite restaurant, tag it on your Instagram. This is another hack, is to look at, like, I love this place called Hot Dottie that's here in Austin. Go find the people that are also tagging that. Go engage with them. You have something already in common, and you can, you know, strum up a conversation and maybe make them a friend, okay? The 5th way is to use your stories and your polls. So 4th way is to actually craft out a post. Give people a fun fact. Have people say what city they're from and maybe the most fun, exciting thing that they love to do in their city. Get creative, okay? You're a Beachbody coach. We are here because we like to do hard work. Like, I think we're kind of warped, kind of weird, right? Because we like to do hard work, and we are dreamers. We're visionaries. We're people that see something bigger for our lives, okay? Great way for you to be connecting with other people is to get them engaging with you. Same thing. So 5th way, polls and stories. Guys, really quickly, I'm going to go on my stories. Maybe, hey, right now, if you're watching this, if you're catching this on the replay, shoot a quick boomerang. Throw it up on your stories. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so excited. I've got this local event. You know, you guys saw me talking about this and how I was just at XYZ doing blah, blah, blah at that local that big coaching event. Now we're going to have a little one. Drop me in the comments or drop on the poll right here. Are you from Austin, or do you wish you were? So I might say something like, have you ever thought about doing what I do? But I'm going to lead this up with some really specific questions, because how many times you put up a poll and it's like, send me more details or join my team, and it's like, crickets, right? People are more likely to answer those silly little questions that you might put out. But those silly little questions you might put out, remember when I said start asking for who you want? These can be questions like, are you a team player, or do you like working independently? Are you somebody that likes teaching, or do you have a natural desire to inspire people, right? So we give them these easy, maybe 3 or 4 easy questions that people are just going to answer. Oh yeah. Are you a dog or a cat person? Oh yeah. Right? These kind of things that people will click on all day long, and then you follow it up with boom. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't even I can't even believe I forgot to tell you this or mention this. I've got this local event that's coming up. I want to know, have you ever thought about doing what I do? Okay, boom, easy. Next poll option is, do you live in Austin, or do you wish that you lived near me? Okay? Because even so, if somebody's clicked and they say, yes, I'm interested, but they don't live where you do, this is an opportunity for you to go connect with them and for them to find a local event and for you to let them know, hey, I can still be your coach, but maybe go see this in real life. All right? So that's the 5th way. Number 6, we have these people that are already in our backyards, literally. By backyard right now, I'm talking about your social media. How easy is it for you to go to Facebook, look at your friends, and I'm pretty sure that you can divide them out by location. Go back. Who has it been a long time that maybe you're just not seeing their posts on your media because of the algorithms and the weird stuff, right? Go click on the people that are in your city. Go find them, reach out. Are there people that you have forgotten to maybe follow up with? Guilty, okay? Or that maybe you've talked with about this in the past and you're like, oh my gosh, you know what, girl? I totally forgot about this. Like, what's on your plans for next weekend? I've got this amazing opportunity. I know we've talked about coaching. I would love for you to drag along with me and let's go to lunch afterwards and we can talk about whatever you thought, or we can talk about our dogs being weird, okay? Connect with real humans. Again, that was like number 7. It's the opportunity for you to go back, circle with people that are in your community. Number 8, challenge your team to go do the same thing. You guys, people like free stuff. People like when you can be like, oh, I'm going to give away a headband. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do this. Who can bring the most people to your super weekend? You could even go do this in your challenge groups and say, guys, we got this local event. Who can bring the most people with you on next Saturday or Sunday or whenever your event is, and whoever has the most, that we're gonna give you XYZ prize, okay? The people that you decide and you personally invite, you guys, make this like also feel like it's exclusive. Like, oh my gosh, girl, like I have just a few people that I can invite to this and you totally come to my mind, right? Be genuine about it, but like who are your girl crushes or maybe your boy crushes on your media that you like wanna like boost them up and hype them up because it makes them feel good, but you also would love to invite to this, okay? So challenge your team. And then number 9 is look for them, okay? So we're gonna look for them again in your hashtags, in those boutiques that you like to shop, in like the small places that you like to go and frequent. So not at like your local Target, but like think about like the local companies and brands that you love, the places that you love to go. Guys, I mean, it's so easy to find people, it's almost kind of silly, right? So it's super easy. And then the last and final way that I feel like you can kind of look to find these people to invite is simply to ask for them, to ask for a recommendation. Go get on your stories. Go ask your followers, hey, do you know anybody that's like super inspiring, really into fitness, is maybe a burned out nurse, is a burned out teacher, is looking for extra money, right? That if you give your people the opportunity to engage with you, to tag other people in posts, you guys, this is where we all get really caught up that we think we need like 11 million followers to be successful. Success starts when you really start serving those people that are right there and you build a relationship with them, and they will always bring their people. And I'm gonna promise you that when you're showing up uniquely as you, when you're talking about your goals and your visions, and you're asking for who you want, people are gonna bring them to you, okay? So I want you guys this weekend, make it a non-negotiable. I wanna know, like drop in the comments today when you've invited at least 5 people to come hang out with you at the next super weekend. Because here's the thing, you are amazing, you are important, you are a freaking Team Beachbody coach, you belong here. Now you get to go out and share this with all the other amazing people that also belong here, guys. That is our mission. That is your homework for the weekend. I am absolutely so honored to have been on this call. I told you guys I had the pit stains. I love you guys so much. Thank you for the encouragement. And to my friend that's watching here, that's like, I'll never be on the Beachbody Champions page. Yes, you can, because you do belong here too. I love you guys. Have the best weekend ever.